Hello my dear subscribers, yesterday finally I was able to witness with my own eyes all new upgraded Tesla Model Y after being in Tesla store in Trondheim for a couple of hours alongside with the outgoing Tesla Model Y, which has also been displayed in Tesla store. So, my name is Ashot Gazian. I am a YouTuber for the past 4 years. I have a couple of channels on YouTube, including my main channel and this new channel where I specifically make an electric car reviews and impressions. So definitely subscribe to all my channels. I will place links in the description, and I will tell you today about my first impressions only, as the car was not yet available for a test drive, but I will be making test drive on Monday. And today I can still tell you a lot and compare the all new Tesla Model Y to the outgoing, the previous iteration of Tesla Model Y, as I have made lots of pictures side by side. I will play you both on Tesla Model Y, the older one, and the Tesla Model Y Juniper, which has been upgraded, and I can tell you right away that the upgrades are quite substantial and very useful when it comes to daily use of the car, when it comes to safety and comfort. So let's get started. I will pause this slideshow and I will bring a little bit different display in front of you, and I have on your left side, in the smaller portion of the screen, you can see the older Tesla Model Y. This will be the one. And on your little bit bigger half of the screen, you can see the all new Tesla Model Y, and I will be here just in between. So the biggest upgrade is, of course, have been done to, I would say, suspension and the ride quality, and something I can only be able to find out when I will test drive the car. But interior wise, upgrade is pretty substantial as well. So if we look on Tesla Model Y performance, this is the one I am playing around, the older generation. Then I will also bring the similar picture of upgraded Model Y Juniper. Let me just scroll. Yes, so right here. The interior wise, as Tesla claimed, interior became more quieter, and that is thanks to much more fabric used in the interior, specifically in the trunk area. This older Tesla Model Y did not have parts of the trunk wrapped in a fabric cloth. As you can see, the cover, the hatch of the trunk from the inside was just fitted with a sort of just injection molded plastic panels, where else on new Tesla Model Y the same cover is now wrapped in a nice fabric, which basically improves the sound isolation, and if you put some stuff in the trunk, it will not scratch the plastic. The plastic will not be scratched because you will not basically see the plastic, but it will be all wrapped in a nice soft material, and everything is wrapped. Not only this portion is wrapped, but also this section is wrapped in other material, but also the other section, like this section, along the window, everything is wrapped now in a soft fabric. Everything is wrapped in a fabric. where else on older Tesla Model Y nothing was wrapped. Like around the window, this part was just a bare plastic, this part was just a bare plastic. So this is improvement already. Going forward, this side panel, as you can see on this screen, is older Model Y, because you see two buttons for manual release of the back seat positioned in such fashion, and the lower portion, this lower portion, has been wrapped, but the upper portion was just injection molded really scratchy plastic. Okay, if I bring the same picture of upgraded Model Y, then you can clearly see that this now is wrapped in the plastic, and the buttons are positioned in the other way, another fashion, because now this has electronically folding and unfolding back seats, and this is now wrapped, and not only wrapped straight with the fabric over plastic, but there is some foam material in between, so it feels really different, and it will definitely be more quiet. Okay, let me go to the next picture. The space, the extra space, has also been redesigned on the older Model Y. You just had a very deep, like a cargo compartment, and you were not able to find a storage place for the parcel shelf. Where else on an upgraded Model Y, once you lift this cover, you can see the same space, but now you can see in between you can fit the parcel storage. It now folds in three pieces and nicely fits into the trunk space, so you don't have to leave it somewhere. You can always carry it with you. Okay, let me bring this comparison screen back. Yeah, this is how nice it looks now. And also in this picture, very important, on an upgraded Model Y, you can see that even this bottom portion just next to the latch and to the rubber seal, and here is the bumper already, is also wrapped. Where else? Let me show you this portion side by side again. This is the older Model Y. You can see the same bumper over here, and this is the latch, and this is just an injection molded plastic piece, and you can see the scratches already just from the display car, which is just in the Tesla store. So this is an upgrade as well. I will bring you the old Model Y versus I will bring you the new Model Y, and you can see it's nicely wrapped and looks smooth overall. Okay, let me continue this comparison. What else I can play here? This will be the back seats. The back seats still fold in the same fashion. You have the bigger portion, like 60-40%. The only thing that now they fold with a touch of the button, and there is an electric motor doing that, and Tesla specifically worked, and Tesla ordered a custom electric motor from the supplier to bring down the time of folding and unfolding the back seats. So they did additional work to do this function, to implement this function of being more usable and let you wait less time. And also when you fold seats on new Model Y, first of all, as you can see on the screen here on the top right, the seat belt now is not on the way of the folding seat itself, it's now on the side, and also the passenger seat, as you can see here, is pretty upright at a very right angle, because now once you activate the folding motion of the back seat, the front seat moves forward to give some space for the headrest of the back seat to pass through, and then the forward seat goes backwards. And the next picture I can show you this new function. It will be here displayed by this blue icon. So the air conditioning system, the HVAC, now allows you separately for the driver and for the passenger. As you can see here, at the driver's side here at the bottom left, and the same icon is displayed on the passenger side on the bottom right over here. So now you can choose whether you want your airflow just to be pointed at a certain direction simply by dragging on a touch screen, or you can do something like you can do with your home air conditioning, whether you set the air conditioning to constantly change the airflow direction, like on your air conditioning. If it's mounted on the wall, it of course will go up and down always, and just create the airflow, the move of the airflow. Same you can do now with your airflow in Tesla. So it will, if you activate this function over here, so the air vents can move from left to right constantly, and they can distribute air in such fashion inside the cabin. Alright, extra speakers on the sides. I will bring the same for the older model. Let me find this picture. So this looks beautiful. By the way, the car which was in the Tesla store was just a dual motor, not the launch edition and not the performance, but still you can see that even for the dual motor, Tesla brought this nice aluminium covered speakers on the door panel, and it looks really modern. And for comparison, you can see that. Oh, okay, for comparison, this is the door panel on older Tesla Model Y, and there is no speaker, and this car displayed, this one Model Y, the older one, was Model Y Performance, which supposed to have a little bit more speakers than just a dual motor, but still inside the driver's panel you cannot see any speaker, where else on Model Y upgraded one you can see speakers now surrounded with the nice ambient lighting. Here is the green stripe, and also the speakers have now a nice beautiful metal housing. And here on the older Model Y you can see a wooden trim on the side, and also wooden trim going on the dashboard. Here else we can see that just at the level of speaker over here, the upper portion of the cabin is wrapped now in the fabric, where else on the older model this was, I believe this was wrapped, but this is more like fake leather fabric, where else on new Model Y this is a nice soft wrapping. Okay, moving forward, what else I can show you here? As you can see, this new fabric goes from the door over to the dashboard, and also the ambient lighting follows the style, and there is no more wooden elements on the dashboard. This is just a charging pad, and as you can see there is no launch edition because it is not a launch edition car. Alright, now going to ventilated seats. If you go on the HVAC menu, then you can see that now the seat icon indicates in the blue color the amount, then the force of cool seats you would like to use. So it will be auto, warm says for the heated seats, and the cool and the blue color will indicate that you can activate in this way the ventilated seats, because if you press warm, then this blue color of the icon will change over to the red color, like now in this case the heated seats are activated. And the older Model Ys, they only had heated seats and they did not have ventilated ones. But now the upgraded Model Y has heated and ventilated seats for the driver and front passenger, and only heated seats for the rear passengers. Alright, wheels. I came to the picture of wheels. This is the example of 19 inches winter tires. The size is 255 45 19, and on the car, on the dual motor, we had summer tires installed, and those were 20 inches tires, 255 40 20 inches in diameter. And these are new rims from Tesla. And the winter tires for Norwegian market, this will be Nokian, Hakkapeliitta, something I will maybe see better on the other picture. Okay, Nokian Hakkapeliitta R5 EV studless winter tires, and this is approximately how they look like. Alright, going to the front section, I have something for comparison with the older. Yeah, maybe we can see here already. So this is the older Model Y. As you can see, the hood itself has a different shape. It's rounded, but the important upgrade under the hood is that now the new Tesla Model Y, following the upgrade which was already implemented in the Tesla Model 3 Highland, the new upgraded Model Y has the active hood safety system, and I will show it to you if I can zoom right here. Just where is the hinge, you can see this little tube, and on the other side there is the same little tube, and this will be the pyrotechnic firing tube as a part of the active hood system. And what it is, I will just quote from the grok to be really precise. By the way, if you are using the X platform, I will recommend you to subscribe to my account. I will place link in the description below. So I asked X AI Grok a question about the safety systems which are newly implemented on Model Y Juniper, and it brought me, and I will quote. Alright, the Tesla Model Y safety extends beyond software into physical architecture. The active hood system available in the certain market, so it is not on every single market where Tesla is selling cars. It's only available on the certain markets where there is a little bit stricter or less stricter regulations according to pedestrian safety, Tesla can either install or not install this particular pedestrian protection safety system, which Tesla is calling the active hood system. So upon detecting a frontal collision with a pedestrian, typically between 19 to 53 kilometers per hour, pyrotechnic actuators lift the rear of the hood by 80 millimeters. This creates a crumple zone between the soft hood and the rigid components beneath, absorbing impact energy and reducing the risk of severe head injuries. A profound leap in pedestrian protection. Coupled with a bonnet designed to offer good adequate protection across its surface, as validated by Euro NCAP testing, this feature underscores Tesla's holistic approach. And a little bit more detailed on the same matter, what is the active hood system? Alright, the active hood system is a passive safety mechanism that activates when a Tesla vehicle detects an impact with a pedestrian or cyclist with a specific speed range. Here is how it works, and let me bring it. Alright. What I can tell you is I can just a second. Okay, let's take a closer look. So these are the actuators which are going to lift the hood for up to 80 millimeters when the collision is detected, or after the collision actually, and this will allow for a pedestrian to land on a much more flexible and soft hood rather than hitting with the head right against the strong windshield, the much stronger and less flexible windshield, meaning the glass. Alright, detection and activation of a Tesla active hood. Multiple sensors, typically located at the front of the vehicle, such in the bumper area, are designed to detect a collision with a pedestrian when the vehicle is traveling between approximately 19 to 53 kilometers. In miles is between 12 and 33 miles per hour. Though exact ranges may vary slightly by model and region, these sensors trigger the system and impact is identified. Upon detection, pyrotechnic actuators, small explosive charges, deploy near the hood hinges, raising the rear portion of the hood by 80 millimeters, around 3.1 inches. This elevation creates additional space between the hood and the rigid component beneath, such as the battery pack or structural elements. Purpose. The raised hood acts as a cushion, increasing the crumple zone and reducing the force of impact on a pedestrian's head or upper body by extending the time and distance over which the impact energy is absorbed. It mitigates the risk of severe injuries, particularly to the head, which is common point of contact in pedestrian vehicle collision. Also, for example, in Australian market, Tesla have already noticed the big impact of this, the big positive impact of this safety system to the kangaroos, which are often hit by the cars in Australia, and this also saves animals from getting really serious critical injuries. Okay, unique challenge. I think that's basically what we can briefly say about the active hood system. Having the extra safety system is always better than not having it. Going back to comparison of Frank of Now you can see here the old Model Y frunk and the new Model Y frunk. Noticeable change that in a new Model Y, over here you can see that you have a drain plug right now, and if you are to carry any sort of dirty stuff in the trunk, then you can easily wash it away. What is also noticeable that if you can see on the old Model Y, over here on the sides you had something like a shelf, or I don't know, something that was maybe obstructing you from loading the wider pieces of cargo equipment, and there was no drain. But here there was some kind of small space that was taking the space, where else on new Model Y there is only the pure wide opening versus some obstructed opening by elements here on the sides. And also you can still get, of course, your bolt for towing, and there was no frunk drain on the old Model Y. Okay, old versus new. And also the position of uh, windshield washer filling cup has also changed. Alright, the headlights. Headlights on a new Model Y will be capable of of detecting the oncoming traffic, and they will be able to adapt accordingly. As you can see, it looks like it's only a single element. Let me scroll it. Alright, what do we have here? Headlights. I can also play a little video clip of the headlights. This one. So here is me sitting and activating the headlights. By the way, the stock has been brought back to new upgraded Tesla Model Y. You will have now a single stock for turn indicators, and what I'm doing on the video is toggling between the low beam and high beam lights, and this is done just by a button on the steering wheel. It's very convenient, and most importantly that the stock is back. So the headlights, they appear to be just a single unit LED headlight, where the low beam and high beam is integrated, and in Europe they will be able of matrix function, meaning that they will adapt to oncoming traffic, and they will turn off a certain section of the high beams, for example, to avoid blinding the oncoming traffic. And talking about lights, if we look on the rear, the back area of the car, these are the stop lights. The diffused, the long light bar is not a part of the stop lights, and indicators are right below that. And the third stop light is just behind the back glass, and the back glass now on a new upgraded Model Y is also the acoustic glass. It used to be the driver's door, the back passenger's door, but now the roof was also the acoustic, but now I think, as it was told by Lars Moravi, as I understood, the back glass supposed to be acoustic glass as well. The little bit of panel gaps inconsistency for specifically the model which was on display, which was the really early production car. This is interesting since on a new Model Y, once you open the tailgate, once you lift the hatch of the trunk, all the lights are lifted with it. Then, in order to have at least some lights available for the safety while you are standing somewhere on the side of the road and just doing stuff in your trunk, Tesla placed these tiny red lights, as you can see now on the bottom left of your screen. They will stay on when your trunk is open, and this was not the case, as you can see, on old Model Y over here. Once the tailgate is up, you still have the lights, but on a new Model Y, this is designed differently. Let me find this picture again. Here it is. So this is the old Model Y, and this is the new Model Y. You can see the light goes with the tailgate. Okay, what else is important to tell you, that the design of the rear portion is also different. So I will bring this picture up. As you can see, the lower section is not just a bumper itself, like it used to be one big piece plastic bumper, like here on an older model. You can see all the way from the stop light, from the light, going down and going around the trunk opening and going down, was a single piece rear bumper, and just a tiny bit section here for housing the reflectors, and just a tiny lip, versus on the new Model Y this section is significantly wider in this dimension, sticking outside the car, significantly wider, and from the light itself going down here on the side is just a bumper, and this is a completely different separate spare part, which will you hopefully never hit, but if you hit, it should cost you less to replace just this section rather than replacing the entire bumper. Alright, next, I already mentioned about the stock, and as you can see, only stock left is the one for controlling the turn indicators, versus on old Model Y you had stock on your left for indicators and for window washer, and you had a stock on the right for the selection of the gears and cruise control, and for the gear selection. Yes, the steering wheel looks differently. This is the one older design, and here you have a new redesigned. So over here you can see control for the window washer, control for the high beams, low beams, the shape is a little bit different, with the bottom having a little cutout, so it's not the complete circle. And here on the screen on the right you can see that there is a designated button to call the camera view and cruise control button and the microphone button. Alright, next. The next will be the some safety feature which I think was rumored, but then in the video with Lars Moravi, and before that in my video when I was actually making comments on that video of JLN Garage, I mentioned that it looks like safety, this safety feature was indicated somewhere on Tesla website, that the new Model Y received the upgraded side collision safety, something like it was on a Model 3 Highland, but it did not, as Lars Moravi clearly indicated, as the Tesla Model Y is a much higher vehicle comparing to Tesla Model 3, meaning that it's higher off the ground. It's like SUV with more clearance. It had already superior side crash safety, and it did not necessarily need an upgraded side crash safety that like those like that one implemented in Model 3. And as you can see in the door, there is no opening where another teeth on the door is going inside, like it goes on this picture in a Model 3 Highland, Model 3 Performance. As you can see on the door itself, there is like a teeth, like a protruding part, which goes inside in the coaming area over here. And that is because Model 3 is a lower vehicle, and Tesla they have seen an opportunity to improve safety by making this possible, because they had so much data from older generation Model 3 crashes, and they found this solution, and it worked very well for Model 3, but it was not necessarily important to have on a Model Y, as Model Y has already such a superior safety rating. Okay, I think it's important to go back once again to the active hood safety system, and I can give you this nice look on the Tesla Model 3 Highland, and this is the performance. And as you can see under hood, starting from this Model 3 Highland, Tesla implemented this pyrotechnic actuators right at the hinge area under the hood, and those lift the hood, the rear section, for 80 millimeters, like 3.5 inches, in case of a front collision. And here you can have a closer look on this actuator, and it actually writes Actuator Safety Systems Co. Ltd. China. Model 3 is made in China factory, and Model Y for European market is made in Tesla Giga Berlin. Okay, going forward, let me see what I have not yet told you. I think I was on this picture. By the way, if you are getting a value from my videos, definitely smash like. Leave your questions in the description below. I have been following Tesla, and I have watched so many videos, pretty much every review on YouTube, and it would be nice to have a conversation down in the comments section. Okay, and as I mentioned, this is the same actuators, but already on a new Model Y Juniper. So these are in the red color Model 3 and Model Y and Model Y, and we're going back to wheels. Yes, as you can see, this is just a dual motor trim, not the launch edition. Unfortunately, in Europe, launch edition does not sound like it is a good deal because you are not getting the full self-driving. In Europe, in Europe, you are only paying so much more for the launch edition, and you will basically get only a couple of interior design features, acceleration boost, and 20 inches wheels, which is not necessarily the good thing. So I will personally wait until the normal dual motor car is available in Norway, and I will get myself that one. Alright, just to show you once again how carefully Tesla wrapped the tailgate on the trunk. You can see even around the trunk lock they put the clothes all around just to make this all a new upgrade and experience looking really smooth and really consistent. So they wrapped the entire tailgate from the inside, entire hatch of the frunk. Oh, trunk. Okay. Another design feature is just a tiny upgrade on the side mirrors. This is to improve the airflow and reduce the wind noise. And this is a closer look on the main headlights, both low beam and high beam. That's the LED unit. And frunk, and I think it's pretty much it. Oh, okay, this is a good picture. I will find the same one. So this is the older Tesla Model Y before the upgrade, and I will find the same picture. Yes, so and this is the new, and here is the side-by-side view. So you can see on the older version, if you were to fold the back seat, then by those manual pull buttons, then the back seat would just drag a safety belt with it. So you had to go around, make sure that the safety belt is away from the way of the seat. But in the new Model Y, see the same section. Now the safety belt is mounted on the side, and it is not on the way of the folding seat. And also, as you can see here on the older model, this plastic trim is just an injection molded really hard and scratchy plastic, versus on the upgraded Model Y you can see around this housing for the safety belt, the C pillar is actually wrapped in much more softer and nicer material, including this rear section. This is also wrapped in the fabric. This is not a scratchy plastic. And the other thing, that the ceiling, the wrapping on the ceiling, this white one, is really something. I mean, the plastic behind the textile wrap is so hard. I mean, when you knock it with the fingers, you can definitely distinguish the difference. On the older Model Y, it looks like there is no any feel in between the white textile and the injection molded plastic part behind it, on versus on a new Model Y. This is the same fabric, which is wrapped around the injection molded plastic part, but when you knock, you can feel that there is like at least I don't know, maybe 1 millimeter or 2 millimeter of extra material underneath, so it feels way softer to the touch. So this is a difference for sure. Once again, the old design, and here is the new design with a wrap around the C pillar behind it, and also much softer and quieter feel of the ceiling portion. This is a nice view of the back seats, and the back seats, they received a different fabric. Okay, I will put you the old back seat. This is just a Model Y performance before the upgrade, and this is after upgrade, and you can see that this inner portion, you see the portion around, or the inner portion is like a smooth fake leather, and the round is also the same smooth fake leather, versus on new Model Y the outside is the same smooth fake leather, but inside is more like perforated. It's not, no, it's perforated, yes, it's perforated, more granular, same fake leather durable material. And yes, I think this is maybe I can find a better picture of back seats. Wrapped. I can put yes. So the passenger seat. Okay, this passenger seat on the old Model Y was just having injection molded plastic part. So this part with the scratches on it is just a scratchy injection molded one piece molded plastic, versus on new upgraded Model Y this portion is not only wrapped in fabric, but there is some like a sponge behind, so it is soft to the touch, and the design of the pocket here has changed. Here you had just a pocket, and here you can pull, and it will be just like a bungee elastic, so you can store something there. Also, this part, the B pillar, this part on an old Model Y was just a solid injection molded plastic, versus on a new Model Y this part is the B pillar is also wrapped. And of course on a new Model Y you have a nice multimedia screen for the rear passengers, and you can connect two devices via Bluetooth simultaneously for the back passengers, and they can watch something independently from the driver and front passenger, so that you can play a cartoon for your kids and give each of them a set of a Bluetooth headset, and they will be on their own on the back. This is nice. And you have a USB-C charger for each of the rear passengers. Alright. Okay, the new upgrade on a Model Y also includes the upgrade to the glass roof, as now it received a tiny silver coating. So as Lars Moravi said, the glass roof on a Model Y is getting a double coating of the double silver coating, and it means that tiny deposits, tiny fractures of silver are evenly spread around the glass roof, and this reflects the ultraviolet light in a certain fashion, and so it rejects much higher amount of heat to penetrate inside the cabin. So the glass roof had already had tint, but now it also received a double layer of a silver coating, meaning that in a hot summer day the cabin will not be heat up so much, and you will use the less power on your HVAC system to cool the cabin. And what I have noticed that most likely it's either the tint or this two-layer of silver coating is not extended entirely from the front to the back of the glass, but there is, you see, like a differentiation line. So this is the very back of the car, and that way is the front part. So, and this either the tint or the coating, or maybe both, they stop like maybe 10 centimeters away from the very aft very rear portion of the glass. It's like 4 inches away, and that's I think still very substantial to have this coating and tint and double silver coating, eventually covering 99% of the glass roof. Alright, maybe this side view on the dashboard comparing to the same on the older Model Y can give you a better impression. So there is no more wooden trim and only single stock over here, and it works really well. It's not as a high-end multifunctional stock. It just turns the turn signal on or off, and that's it. However, I was just watching this picture, and this is worth comparing. So as you can see on the older Model Y, of course, Tesla were not having a screen, but also this entire element is made or was made from just a pure hard plastic, and this portion where the USB-C ports are mounted was also a pure hard, really scratchy plastic, and manual controlled air vents, and of course, as I mentioned earlier, just induction molded plastic on the back of the front seats, both for the driver and for the passenger. Where else on a new Model Y, this area around the screen, below the screen, this area where USB-C port is mounted, is also wrapped in a fabric, and there is some little layer of foam underneath, so it's soft to the touch. It's a little bit cushy, let's say, and you have air vents which you can control from the touch screen. And also you see this section behind this light gray front panel. This section is just a scratchy plastic, where else on a new Model Y this section behind the screen is wrapped in the same carpet style like a fabric, which extends to the carpet material here near the entrance, and it extends to the It's the same which is used in the front, in the trunk area at the back. The same carpet versus scratchy plastic over here. Alright, what else? So, I think I have covered pretty much every single picture I have been able to take in a Tesla store. Let me just cycle through and I will wrap the video. Lights and everything. So yeah, I think it is. Maybe I will scroll from the older. Okay, and by the way, definitely subscribe to the channel if you are getting value, and check the links in the description. Okay, I can show you. I found a nice picture. Okay, look, this is the older Model Y, because you see the seats design is different. As we learned, the seat belt is on the way of the folding back seat. There is a plastic, but also you can see here behind, this is the trunk door tailgate, not wrapped. As you can see that the injection molded plastic is exposed, and you can see the speaker on the Model Y. On the Model Y Juniper, the upgraded, there is a wrap around trunk, around the tailgate trunk, and I want to bring this picture up, and just a second. Comment, yes. So this is tailgate on the new Model Y, and this section is wrapped, so the speaker is behind. And the chief designer Franz von Hausen, he mentioned that they found acoustic material, and they hide the speakers, so you have a really clear look. Something like, you know, in Apple, this Apple speaker, how is it called? Oh, I forgot the name. So they say we found a acoustic fabric which wraps around and it doesn't obstruct the sound in any way. In the same way, the speaker now is for sure there on the new Model Y, but now it's hidden behind the fabric. All right, what else can I see here on a new Model Y which has received an upgrade? Oh, but by the way, let me check this section of the on the back passengers door, for the back passengers, on the door where I have it. This is the Model Y before the upgrade, and this is upgraded. So you can see the speaker right. Our design of the door bins has changed. This is the old Model Y, and this is new. So a slight change in this section of the door bin design, but it's a minor thing. Okay, and as you have noticed, I was talking a lot about changes made to the interior. You may think that, oh, you know, this is have been implemented on all the other Chinese EV for the past 3 years, and now Tesla finally brought some soft materials, and this is up to the some extent that's true. But what I like about Tesla is the safety. Tesla is one of the safest, if not the safest, manufacturers, and they make one of the safest, if not the safest car on the planet. And Model Y, even before the upgrades, has been declared by Euro NCAP as the safety car ever tested at the Euro NCAP. Both included internal combustion engine car, benzene, diesel, hybrid, electric, SUV or sedan or whatever, crossover or multivan. It has been the Tesla Model Y by Euro NCAP has been identified as the safest car ever tested over the entire period of existence of Euro NCAP itself. And now the Tesla Model Y Juniper, after upgrade, will of course follow the trend. So that safety is the number one feature I like about Tesla. The other part what I like is efficiency. There are Chinese cars for the same price. They give you a massage seats on the back, they give you massage seats in the front, so you have a soft closing doors, you have a leather or maybe a little bit higher fake leather, and you have some other sort of things, but they consume a lot. So even if you think, oh, I can benefit from having an electric car because it's cheaper than a diesel, cheaper than benzene, cheaper than hybrid, maybe there is no maintenance. This is all true, but all the Teslas, they have all the same, but they are still the most efficient cars on the market. Meaning that a cost per kilometer over whatever 150,000 kilometers which you plan to drive on the car, every single kilometer will be cheaper for you. So it's the safest car, it's the most efficient car, and it has the best network in the world by far, where you connect your card to your Tesla app and you never have to take it from the pocket, your car or your telephone, and tap and pay for the charge if you are traveling around the world, around the Europe, around the United States of America. It's just a plug and play, and the network is very reliable. It's very accessible. There is a excellent road planning, excellent preconditioning, and everything. And the other part about safety, which I like, that Tesla has not only just cameras around for backing up or going forward on monitoring the blind sectors on your right and left, but they also have all these cameras integrated into the dashcam system, and this is all recorded on a memory stick, and whatever happens, you have lots of evidence from the side, from the back, from the front, and all the telemetry is recorded as well. So if there is any sort of conflict and you are trying to identify who is guilty in this certain car accident, you will have all the footage from the cameras available. And if that is not enough, you can get from Tesla all the telemetry, and they will tell you exactly which car systems have been working or failed or whatever. Is that a case with the Chinese cars? I'm not sure, I don't know. I did not see a lot of videos talking about Chinese cars having all these cameras, lidars, and radars around integrated into something like a dash cam for post collision monitoring and identifying and having a telemetry available. Talking about radar, which has been announced for a Tesla Model Y in the video of Jay Leno, Lars Moravi, the chief engineer, he mentioned that in the cabin Tesla in the new Model Y is using now a radar to identify, let's say, the overall appearance of the whether it's a passenger or maybe a pet like a dog or cat inside the cabin on Tesla Model Y, and where exactly in the cabin that person or that animal is sitting. And Tesla can identify whether it's a human or animal. If it's a human, it can identify with the radar system if it's an adult human or if it's a kid, a child. And where it sits, in the front seat and the back seat, it can also, based on this information received from the radar, say whether it's safe for this person or the animal to be inside, or maybe it can also identify the heartbeat rate, and if there is some unpredictable, I don't know, bad case when someone forgot a child, it will be able to identify the child and the heart rate and send notification to your Tesla app or to emergency response team, and make people around aware that there is someone in danger sitting locked in the car. Whether this is available in Chinese cars, I don't think so. And Tesla will be able to work on this system in the future and even identify the presence and identifications like heart rate, etc., for the passengers on the back seat. I think that's it. It's time to wrap this video, and I do hope that you received value. And if you did, then definitely smash like. Check links in the description for my social media platforms, including X platform. Subscribe to my channel and subscribe to the other channels uh, on my YouTube network of channels. Let's say like so. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.